That leads us to the idea of biofeedback, because we've classified the system as biofeedback. We talked about the 85% degree of accuracy. This means the system cannot be designed as a medical system. We cannot hook up the QXCI to an iron lung and have it decide how much oxygen to be presented. We cannot take the information that the system is giving us and be absolutely diagnostic with it. It is a pre-diagnostic system. It's meant to be a second opinion. It's classified as a biofeedback device. Now, what does this mean? The definition of biofeedback is measuring a physical response and feeding it back to the patient. Thus, the scale in our bathroom becomes a biofeedback device, as we now can measure a physiological response, our weight. It increases our awareness. But awareness is not just conscious, there's also an unconscious awareness. So as we use a biofeedback device that can now intimately measure electrical changes in the body at a high degree, but not perfect degree, of accuracy, the biofeedback device can be used for stress diagnosis and for stress therapy. This is what biofeedback is for. In fact, biofeedback around the world, as well as in the United States, is basically done by an awful lot of unlicensed practitioners. It is deregulated. Why? Because it has a softer degree of accuracy, and it has a very soft type of therapeutics. Stress diagnosis and stress therapy. So what does our device do? Our device is not designed for cancer diagnosis, infectious diagnosis. It's designed to give us hints, ideas, possibilities, probabilities, because these are quantum probabilities. We don't know why the patient reacts to something. We have to determine with more tests, more thinking. The system is designed for stress detection, stress reduction. That's what the system does. That is the broad-based idea of how the system is registered as a biofeedback device, capable of working with the patient to detect their stress and to treat their stress. Stress comes in many different ways, and the system generates lots of different probabilities of what are the causes of stress that we can discuss with our patient, looking for additional validities and different ways of checking it. But in general, what the system has done, what we claim the system does, is help us deal with the stress of the patient.